and welcome to the opening bell. My name is Isaac, and in this video we will recap the stock market week of June 5th through June 9th, 2023, so let's get started. I am using the TD Bank Stock Market Simulator. We will start with Marriott. I own 28 shares of Marriott, and I paid for it at a price of $169.33, and its last price was $179.01. I have a profit of $270.94 on Marriott, giving it a really good profit this week overall. And of course, as we start the summer of 2023, it's just important to know that a lot of families will be traveling during the summer and overall. And Marriott is a really big hotel and traveling company, and because of families traveling is probably why Marriott has a big profit this week. Here's the chart for Marriott. As we can see, it starts the week at a little more than $176. You could say a little around $177. And from there, Marriott is going to take a pretty sideways glance to start the week on Monday. And then on Tuesday, it is going to go up. It will take a huge profit overall from around $177 up to around $181. So overall, that's around a $4 profit overall for Marriott, and it's going to continue going up. Overall, this week it will have a high at around $182, and then after its high peak, it is going to go down on a dip in the week on June, right before the closing bell on June 6th, and into June 7th it is going to take a dip overall, and it will continue that sideways note all the way until the end of the week, where it will end the week with a price of $179.01, giving it a profit overall for the week. So a huge profit to start the week and a dip to end the week for the traveling company this week. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is Disney. I own 130 shares of Disney, and I paid for it at a price of $106.14, and its last price was $91.93. I have a loss of $1,846.83 on Disney, and even though there was a loss, there's a loss overall, this week was better than last week as for Disney. And we're going to talk about how well Disney performed in the charts. Here's the chart for Disney. So we can see it starts the trading week at a little above $90, in between $90 and $91, and from then Disney is going to take a huge profit overall with a huge surge to start the week. It will have a high at, you'd say, a little around $93, and then after that point it is going to remain with fluctuating prices going up and down multiple times, and will end the trading week at $91.93, just shy of $92, giving it a huge profit overall with a huge profit to start the week. And there are a lot of factors that come into Disney having a huge profit this week. As we know, the Avatar Way of Water came out on Disney Plus this week, so is now able to be streamed from your house on Disney Plus with subscription to Disney Plus. Indiana and multiple movies coming out: Indiana Jones, Elemental, and The Flash, all coming out soon on Disney in the month of June. And of course, this week was the NBA Finals in sports, and ESPN is covering the NBA Finals, and of course Disney, as we know, does own ESPN, so that probably will get profit for Disney. So overall, a lot of factors coming into Disney's huge profit this week overall. So a good week for Disney. And after a strong week for Disney overall, with multiple factors: Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny coming out, Avatar Way of Water being able to stream on Disney Plus, The Flash and Elemental all coming out soon, we head down to my next stock, Microsoft. Microsoft is one of my 4 tech stocks that I own, and I own the most of the tech stocks I own. I own 30 shares of it, and I bought for it at a price of $283.13, and its last price was $326.79. I have a profit on Microsoft with a profit of $1,309.80 on Microsoft, giving it a huge profit overall. And however, Microsoft with a huge profit did not perform that well this week, and we're going to talk about that in the charts now. Here's the chart for Microsoft. As we can see, it starts the week at a little more than $335, and from then it is going to immediately take a dip, and it will continue that dip all the way until it gets to a low at under $325, and from then it is going to take a sideways note to end the week, and it will end the week exactly at $326.79, giving it a huge loss overall for the tech company overall, with a big dip to start the week for Microsoft, and this probably is really shocking for most investors overall, with a huge dip overall after weeks and weeks of profit overall for Microsoft, and this dip coming overall as people start selling their stocks to earn profit on the money that they will get. Has caused a big dip overall to start the week for Microsoft. We hope it rebuilds out of this dip as we go into the coming weeks in June. So, bad week for Microsoft. The next stock that I am going to talk about is Apple. I own 20 shares of Apple, and I paid for it at a price of $147.80, and its last price was $180.96. I have a profit of $663.20 on Apple, giving it a medium-sized profit overall for Apple. Apple, as well as it did with Microsoft, did go down this week, and we're going to talk about why it went down this week in the charts right now. Here's the chart for Apple's. We can see it starts the week at a price of a little under $184, and from then Apple straight away it's going to take a huge dip from around above $184 to a little above $178. So that's around a $6 loss right there. And after that dip overall for Apple, a tremendous, really bad dip and a huge dip overall to start the week for Apple, it is going to gradually try to take a profit, and it will end the week at a price of $180.96, giving it a loss overall this week. And there is a specific reason of why Apple went down this week, and it has to do with this week Apple did present its new Apple Vision Pro mixed reality eye and headset. And this mixed reality Vision Pro can do many tasks, and it brings mixed reality to a new world, and VR to a new world overall. And with Apple, and so this mixed reality was supposed to be a really big profit maker for Apple. However, due to the high price of this new Apple Vision Pro, it caused a lot of money to make for Apple, and not that many people want to buy it because of how expensive it is overall, which caused a huge loss this week for Apple. And so this was a major game changer this week for Apple, with a huge dip to start the week, and we do hope that it continues to continue that profit that it ended the week into next week, as Apple will start handing out the Vision and allowing buyers to buy the Vision Pro overall. The next stock that I'm going to talk about is NVIDIA. I own 20 shares of NVIDIA, and I paid for it at a price of $272.36, and its last price was $387.70. I have a profit of $2,306.80 on NVIDIA, making it the best stock that I own by a landslide, and with a huge profit overall. Second place coming with Microsoft with a profit of $1,309.80. So overall, NVIDIA, a really good stock of mine. We're going to talk about, and we're going to recap its week in this New York Stock Exchange now. Here's the chart for NVIDIA. As we can see, it starts the trading week at around $395. And from then, NVIDIA is going to take a dip to start the trading week overall. And with a huge dip overall, it's going to have a loss at a little around below $375. And then after its dip, right before the end of June 7th, NVIDIA will start to go up again with a profit this time. It will continue that profit all the way until it has a high at above $395. And from then, it is then going to go down again and will end the week at a price of $387.70 with an overall loss overall for NVIDIA. Not that huge of a loss, but a pretty medium, small size loss overall for the tech company. And so overall, you can see a lot of fluctuating prices with the dip to start the week, profit in the middle of the week, and then the dip to end the week for NVIDIA. So overall, a fluctuating week and fluctuating price week for NVIDIA. The last stock that I'm going to talk about is Alphabet. I own 20 shares of Alphabet, and I paid for it at a price of $101.34, and its last price was $122.23. I have a profit of $417.80 on Alphabet, making it a pretty good stock that I own. However, as it has been with Microsoft, Apple, and NVIDIA, Alphabet has caused a significant dip this week, and we're going to see that in the charts. Here's a chart for Alphabet. As we can see, it starts the trading week at around $125. It is going to take a medium-sized little profit, as we see overall, and as it takes a gradual profit, it will have a high at above $128, and then from then it is going to take a slide and a dip all the way down, as it has been with all 3 other tech stocks I own. It will take a dip all the way, and it will continue that sideways note to end the week, and it will end the week at $122.23, giving it a loss overall this week for Alphabet, with a huge dip in the middle of the week, and so not that good of a week overall for the tech company in Alphabet. We do hope it does try to come out of this dip overall, and this shows not a really good trading week for the tech company. Your story of the week is in red this week. We are going to talk about how bad these 3 stocks I own have performed this week, and these 3 stocks are Microsoft, Apple, and Alphabet. And these 3 stocks are the 3 of my 4 tech stocks that I own, and these 3 stocks I'm going to talk about because how bad they performed this week. We're going to start with Microsoft. We see Microsoft take a huge dip to start this week overall. We're going to see on Apple, we're going to see a huge dip to start this week for Apple. We are going to go to Alphabet. We're going to see a huge dip to start this week for Alphabet. So overall, we see in tech stocks this week that these 3 tech stocks have not performed well this week, and these are 3 of the most important stocks traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and 3 of the major stocks. And we see a huge dip overall for these 3 stocks right here overall, so not that good of a week for these 3 tech stocks, and probably not that good of a week for other tech stocks across the New York Stock Exchange. And this is your total recap of the week. For the total recap of the week, we're going to recap my dashboard from last week and compare it to this week's dashboard to see which week was the better week overall. So this dashboard at the top was my dashboard from last week, and this one at the bottom was my dashboard from this week. And so we are simply just going to look at the closing prices overall. And so last week, we're going to start with Marriott. Marriott closed at a price of $176.41. And this week, Marriott closed at a price of $179.01, giving this week the better week overall for Marriott. As we head over to our next stock, we have Disney. Disney last week closed at a price of $89.65. This week, Disney closed at a price of $91.93, giving it a better week overall for Disney with a higher closing price on Friday. giving this week a better week for Disney. And now we head into my 4 tech stocks, starting with Microsoft. Last week, Microsoft closed at $337.27, and this week, Microsoft closed at $326.79, making that last week was better than this week overall, and so that last week was better than this week overall on Microsoft. And so our next tech stock is Apple. And Apple last week closed at a price of $183.11, and this week it closed at a price of $180.96. So which means that last week had a higher closing price, so last week was better than this week on Apple. And our next tech stock is Nvidia. Nvidia's last price was $388.59, and this week Nvidia's last price was $387.70, making last week better than this week. And we head over to our last tech stock, Alphabet. Alphabet last price was $126.19, and this week's closing price was $122.23, giving that last week was better than this week. And so overall, by far and in closeout majority, we see that last week was way better than this week. So this shows that overall in the past 2 weeks, the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange has gone down overall, at least for the stocks that I own and probably for also the stocks that you own. So that will wrap up the stock market video. Thank you for watching this recap of the stock market week of June 5th through June 9th, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this recap. I will continue posting stock market recaps weekly. Thanks.